Young in the Restless spoilers Thursday, October 24th reveal Christine's evidence that Sharon can't escape will return to Genoa City with an unwavering determination, embarking on a mission to protect Daniel Romalotti. With a long career in the law and a long history of relationships with the city's characters, Christine knows that Daniel is more than just an ordinary client. He is a man with a strong sense of loyalty to his family and loved ones. The deep bond between Daniel and Heather Stevens has proven to her that Daniel will never erase her from his life the way some people suspect. That's why Christine is willing to defend Daniel to the end, no matter how desperate the situation becomes. Christine has heard the rumors about Heather's death and the evidence against Daniel. She knows the pain Daniel is going through, being accused of a crime he never committed. Once she arrives in Genoa, Christine wastes no time. She quickly meets with Daniel to assure him that she believes in his innocence. In Christine's eyes, Daniel is not just a client, but also a friend she trusts. She vows to do everything she can to prove his innocence, and her belief is Daniel's only ray of hope in this dark time. What makes Daniel's situation more complicated is his mother Phyllis Summers's theory that Sharon Newman is responsible for Heather's death. Phyllis, known for her impulsive nature and ability to push things too far, has launched her own investigation, suspecting that Sharon is hiding the truth. For Christine, this theory is a surprising twist, and will be an interesting highlight in the process of protecting Daniel. Will Christine accept Phyllis's theory, or will she consider it an exaggeration, another one of Phyllis's bold and baseless schemes? Christine, being cautious and law-abiding, will probably take a closer look before making a judgment. However, she will not overlook any details, as she knows that if just one piece of the puzzle is left out, all efforts to protect Daniel could collapse. Christine will not hesitate to approach Phyllis, who has been drawn to uncovering the truth behind Heather's death. Christine's reaction to Phyllis's theory will be one of the most interesting things that fans can look forward to. With all her caution and experience, Christine may not be easily swayed by Phyllis's emotional arguments. However, if Christine finds any truth in it, she will likely side with her opponent this time. For one reason only: the truth needs to be revealed and Daniel's innocence must be restored. While Christine is trying to build a solid defense for Daniel, she is constantly monitoring and updating the evidence against him. She knows that time is not on their side, and things are getting more serious by the day. Christine is faced with a difficult situation when blood is discovered in Heather's apartment, and the murder weapon is found. This puts Daniel in more danger than ever. For Daniel, the stress is constantly weighing on his shoulders. He doesn't know what to believe anymore after questioning Sharon at her cottage. Sharon, who has always denied any involvement, has not provided Daniel with any satisfactory explanation. This makes him even more suspicious and confused. Daniel used to have a firm belief in Sharon, but now, as questions keep popping up in his mind, a part of Daniel begins to wonder if there is another culprit behind this whole thing. Everything seems to be spinning around him with unanswered questions. When Daniel predicted that the police would soon be knocking on his door, it was not an unfounded prediction. Christine was also aware that the evidence against Daniel was overwhelming. Despite her efforts to prepare a reasonable defense, Christine understood that the latest developments could put Daniel in an unavoidable situation. The police had new evidence of blood in Heather's apartment, and with the discovery of the murder weapon, things seemed to be going in Daniel's favor. The seemingly incontrovertible evidence was piling up, and this made the possibility of Daniel's arrest more likely than ever. Christine could face seeing Daniel handcuffed and led away, while she was still trying to find a way to save him. Daniel, once confident that he would be cleared, is now starting to lose hope. He doesn't know who's really behind it all, but the chaos in his mind and the pressure from the evidence have worn him down. Daniel may have to face the darkest hours of his life, when the police move in to arrest him, and Christine must prepare herself for an unequal legal battle. In that context, the story between Christine, Phyllis, Sharon, and Daniel continues to develop dramatically, with intrigue and conflict intertwined. The tension rises as everyone tries to discover the truth, but that truth may cause everyone to face unexpected consequences. Christine will not stop until the truth is revealed. She knows that Daniel needs her, and she is willing to do everything to protect him. However, time is not on their side, and the fight to prove Daniel's innocence will become a race against fate, where one small mistake could see everything fall apart. Young and the Restless is reaching an emotional turning point as Sharon Newman and Nick Newman face the strain in Sharon's life. Sharon is suffering from a growing mental health crisis, but is still trying to keep what really happened a secret. Nick, with his warm heart and desire to help, will not let Sharon continue to keep those painful feelings to herself. Nick realizes that Sharon is lost in a dark mood, and he decides to encourage her to open up to him. "Sharon, you don't have to bear all this alone. Share it with me, I'm here for you," Nick gently comforts, holding Sharon's hand with sincere love. Nick's heartfelt words of advice are a warm comfort, but also put a lot of pressure on Sharon, who feels torn between telling the truth or continuing to hide the dark secret she is carrying. Sharon, who has been struggling with her inner turmoil for so long, can no longer hold back and begins to cry in front of Nick. "I can't take it anymore," she chokes out, feeling like her last strength is being taken away. But instead of confessing everything, that she caused Heather's gruesome death and framed Daniel, Sharon decides to make up a story to cover up the truth. "Daniel. He came here, accusing me of things I didn't do," Sharon tearfully tells Nick, pretending to be the victim of Daniel's false accusations. Nick, out of love and loyalty to Sharon, becomes furious at Sharon's revelation. He cannot accept Daniel's harassment of Sharon, whom Nick still considers an important part of his life. "I won't let anyone hurt you again, Sharon," Nick says determinedly, becoming more protective of Sharon than ever. Sharon's emotional outburst not only makes Nick more determined to protect her, but also sends them into a spiral of misunderstanding and mutual protection, without Nick knowing that Sharon is the one who caused all the current trouble. By shifting the blame onto Daniel, Sharon not only avoids her own guilt but also puts Nick in a direct confrontation with an innocent man. While Sharon and Nick's relationship becomes more strained, elsewhere, the Abbott family is facing its own challenges. Diane Jenkins Abbott, after spending happy months with Jack Abbott, is now facing a painful reality. In an emotional conversation, Diane admits to Tracy Abbott that Jack asked her to move out of the home they shared. The fact that their marriage is falling apart so quickly leaves Tracy confused and worried for her brother's well-being. While Sharon and Nick's relationship becomes more strained, elsewhere, the Abbott family is facing its own challenges. Diane Jenkins Abbott, after spending months of happiness with Jack Abbott, is now faced with a painful reality. In an emotional conversation, Diane admits to Tracy Abbott that Jack asked her to move out of the home they shared. The fact that their marriage is falling apart so quickly leaves Tracy confused and worried for her brother's well-being. "What's going on, Diane? How did it happen so quickly?" Tracy asks, unable to believe that Jack asked Diane to move out when they had seemed like a happy couple just a moment ago. Diane, with sadness in her eyes, could not give Tracy a satisfactory answer, because she herself did not understand why their relationship had come to an end so quickly. Subscribe to Yonder to get the latest news on our channel.